I'll just take you through the slides because many of you were not there. We started with human-centric marketing for brand attraction. Now we have to attract the attention of our customers. Now we have seen many ways. Now being a marketer, we have seen how, or we rather know how to attract the attention of our customers. Now sometimes, see, now when we have to attract the attention of our customers, meaning we have some objective in our mind. Sometimes that uh, attention grabbing objective could be just to we have relaunched a product and we want to attract the customers, or we want people to know that even we are in the market, or we are in the competition. Sometimes it is that you are doing, or you are into the business for the first time, so you want to create an awareness. So as per the objective, the way of attracting our customers differs. Sometimes we go for buy one get one offers, or sometimes we go for making advertisements more effective, more speaking for our brands, understanding. So the objectives differ. So what we are now learning in human centric marketing is that we are now focusing on the other areas, like we are the philosophy of this human centric marketing is that, um, though we say that in marketing it is always the customer who is king, we are carrying out all these activities. A marketer carries out all these activities keeping customer at the center. So giving due consideration to customer is what we have learned. But uh, this new philosophy of human centric marketing believes that it is not true always. Customers have got their own limitations as well. Sometimes it is out of fear, sometimes it is out of the marketing gimmicks these companies have, the marketers have. People fall prey to such claims which the marketers are claiming, and then they buy your products. This is what usually happens, and human centric marketing believes that even humans have got some limitations. So when we are promoting our products, when we are in the process of marketing our products, we have to also understand these hidden anxieties. We need to take into consideration such unspoken uh, feelings of our customers, and accordingly we need to market our products. Now, unspoken or hidden anxieties, hidden fears which our customers have, how will we come to know? When we'll come to know, accordingly we'll make changes in our communication, we'll make changes in our offering, that is we'll make changes in our products and brands. Now how will we come to know what my customers are thinking? So these are the methods, if you can see the slides. By social listening, nethnography, and emphatic research. Through these methods, we can understand what my customers are thinking, or what my customers' anxieties are, what my customers' unspoken wordings are. So, social listening is basically we are just, by making use of tools like big data analytics, where we are spending maximum of our time on social media, where we are maximum spending our time on. So by paying due attention to these appearances of our customers, we come to know that what my customers are thinking. So we studied these three methods of knowing my customers fears and anxieties: social listening, then we saw why companies are using social listening to get more and more information about my customers, so that we can make changes at our end, we can make some changes while offering our products and services. Then this is called as nethnography. This is the word which is being derived from the ethnography, meaning you are studying the humans, how they are behaving, how culturally they are. So basically it is studying the humans, anthropology. Then there is another term, or synonym for it is anthropology. And your behavior or your presence on internet, that is ethnography. Then also another method, the last method which we saw, was emphatic research, which involves which requires in-person observation. So when I have to know how my customers are thinking or what my customers fears are, I have to join their community, a social community. If I observe that my customers are following me on Instagram, so maybe I have to get connected with them via this medium. So I have to immerse myself into that community. I need to understand what they are thinking, and then accordingly, I can make some changes in my offering. So now we are starting with the building these 6 attributes of human-centric brands. Now, what happens when brands wants to influence the customers as friends without overpowering them? They must possess 6 human attributes. Now, you may ask that why brand has to possess some attributes, or why brand has to have few of the qualities. Imagine a situation in a class. There are the same example I guess we discussed that day. We have 2 class representatives, both are girls. uh, am I audible enough, guys? Are you listening?
Yes.
Okay, fine, fine.
Yes,
So,
ma'am.
yeah. So we are
Yes.
discussing about a scenario. Imagine that in a college, in a particular class, let's say in your class, we have 2 class representatives, both belong to the same gender. So there is no gender biasness which is involved in. Now, out of these two, one is quite popular. Second one is less popular. Now, when we are saying class representatives, meanings they have got some, some additional qualities than the regular ones, is what we think here. So this one of the class representatives, let's say A is quite popular amongst the students, maybe amongst the teachers, seniors also very well know them, know her, the juniors also. So meaning that there are some things which make this particular class representative more popular than her counterpart. So that could be her personality, maybe her way of dealing with situations, maybe it is her attitude towards looking at things, maybe it is her intellectual power, maybe it is her social behavior. So such qualities make her stand different than her counterpart, her the friends, or let's say the other class representatives. Similarly, human centric marketing believes that if we have to catch hold of our customers, or if we have to be in the competition, even brands should possess qualities, that is like human attributes, so that those brands are preferred over their competitors. So what those attributes could be, if you want your brand to stand apart, what you can inculcate, what qualities we can inculcate in our brands. So those qualities are like physicality. Physical attractions can come from their brand identity, compelling product design, or solid customer experience design. So physicality meaning his as in the brand's overall appearance, how we perceive it, how we find it. So how we identify the brand, maybe the product design is such that we understand, or we identify a particular brand, or maybe a solid customer experience design. We remember, if I have to give you the example, physicality. Now whenever we have these days, like yesterday only we had that CA day, and engineers, not engineers, doctors day, maybe world earth day, or maybe a legendary person's birthday, or maybe death anniversary, whatever it is. So such small incidences which are there. Now Google usually inculcate these things in their logo, Google Doodle. So you have something, maybe a speciality of that particular day, so they come up with a creative design representing a particular day. So this is the attribute. We remember Google Doodle very well. So this is the attribute. We can say that this is the physicality of this particular brand, that it comes up with such, we can say, campaigns, or they celebrate such special events. Maybe a World Cup is there, FIFA World Cup is there, or Olympics are there. So they depict the speciality of that event through their logo. Another attribute, second attribute which a brand should possess is intellectuality. Now, how intellectuality can be possessed by brand? Let us see that. Intellectuality, the ability to think beyond the obvious and to innovate. Now, out of box thinking, जिसको बोलते हैं हम लोग, so that is the ability to think beyond the obvious ones and continuously to innovate. So we mean intellectuality by possessing these two things. In case of brands, brands with strong intellectuality are innovative and have the ability to launch products and services not previously conceived by other players and by the customers. So it is like you are doing it for the first time. You are innovating yourself for the first time. So you are launching it in such a way that the others or your competitors have not previously done. Maybe you are coming up with an innovative product. You are coming up with something which is out of box, which is, people have not thought of earlier, and you are coming up with something. Airbnb can be the example of it, or these app based, जैसे ओला उबर है, these are the app based players who are into this travel or tourism business, whatever. So this can be the attribute of the brand. Nobody thought that maybe 10 years 15 years के पहले that I can book my auto just by sitting at home and with the help of my smartphone. So even Airbnb, they are not owning any property. It is only the users or the owners. They have to register themselves and they can make their property available and they can earn money. Even the concept is earning money. So this is how the model works, and that is what we mean intellectuality here. These brands thus demonstrate their ability to effectively solve the customer's problems. Now, in case of Airbnb, so now Airbnb speciality is that you get that feel of being a localite. So you are not getting this feel of tourist. So you can stay in the local area. Maybe you can even cook food on your own. The provision is always there. You can roam around. So it's not like usual scenario which is there in case of hotel stay. Even Oyo room, for that matter, is can be the example of intellectuality. So this way, the second attribute, intellectuality, works where the brands have to think beyond the obvious ones and they have to innovate. Now, what do we mean by sociability? Confident in engaging with others, showing good verbal and non-verbal communications. Now, we say that a person is very social. Now, what do we mean by this statement? Person is social. He likes to interact. He makes the other person comfortable. He gets or he mixes or gels up with others, or he thoroughly enjoys. He doesn't complain. So we have these gestures attached with sociability. Similarly, we marketers should think that even brands can have this ability, sociability in it. How? Brands with sociability listen to their customers as well as the conversations among their customers. So basically, we are listening. Maybe if some complaints or any issues or any difficulties my customers are facing, and if they are putting it in their reviews, there is a person, or let's say the company is paying full attention to the customer complaints and they are making note of it and they work on it. They answer inquiries and resolve complaints responsively. Brand also engages their customers regularly through multiple communication media. So basically, you are interacting, a brand is interacting. Now, while interacting, it is not forgetting to address. So it's not only that I'm listening and I'm doing nothing. That doesn't mean sociability. So you are making note of it, you are answering inquiries, you are resolving complaints. So human-centric marketing believes that if you want to attract your customers, your brand should possess such qualities. So we have seen physicality, we have seen intellectuality. The third quality which the brand should possess is sociability. Then we have emotionality. Brands that evoke emotions can drive favorable customer reactions. They connect with customers on an emotional level with inspirational messages. Dove can be the example. Maybe Fair and Lovely or Fair and Handsome are the emotionally provoking brands. How? They understand that probably this is the human need of looking different or looking fresh or looking young. So they are, through their communication, they are showing such messages. So they are connecting the customers through this emotional, on this emotional level with the inspirational messages. Some advertisements, even real advertisement, where it is being showed that the girl who is entering the big corporate office is just getting out of his her father's auto, and she doesn't feel ashamed of introducing her father to her boss, saying that he is the one. So here the brand is taking into consideration the emotional attachment or emotional feelings of the customers and trying to get connected. Personability, self-awareness, conscious, admitting, yet to learn. So these are some human qualities we can say. The brand is conscious, brand is admitting to learn. Few years back, McDonald had this issue that people believe that they in Indian scenario we are discussing that in their non-vegetarian products they are probably making use of the beef or such products, they are using it. So they understood it, it was found that probably they were using, and later on they corrected themselves through communications as well, that now we keeping in mind the Indian sentiments, we are not using such ingredients in our products. Even Cadbury, after having that worm issues in their Cadbury chocolate, even they came up with the advertisement where they showed that we are, taking due consideration. Amitabh Bachchan, I guess, he was being shown in the advertisement, claiming that now, with 100% efficiency and all, we are packaging our products, and no such things will happen again. So when brands are doing this in their communication, they are admitting that so and so things happen, or henceforth such things won't happen. So it's a conscious, it's simply out of awareness the brands are claiming. So they are simply acting like a human being. When we are sorry, when we have committed any mistake, and if we feel guilty, then we communicate or we tell it upfrontly. Similarly, the brands are doing it. The last quality, the last attribute which brand should possess is morality. Morality being ethical, having strong integrity. So brands with strong morality are value driven. Some brands put ethical business models as their core differentiation. We have uh, Tata and maybe Wipro are the role models for this morality. As a brand, as a corporate house, they usually they practice. They are known for practicing morality through their business operations. So coming to an end for this particular unit, when brands become human, what happens? Brands are adopting human qualities to attract customers in human-centric era. This requires unlocking customers' hidden anxieties and desires through social listening, ethnography, and emphatic research. Now, this is basically explaining us the scenario. This is explaining us the condition that brands are adopting human qualities to attract customers in human-centric era. We were discussing in our last lecture that human-centric era, mein what difficulties the customers are facing. Imagine a situation where we are surrounded by robots. I gave the example of a restaurant in Bangalore where the restaurant is being totally run by robots. Now cooks are there, definitely cook has to be there, but then rest of all the operations, maybe along with cook and the store manager, rest all the waiters or maybe the one who takes the order, everybody is robot. So you have to place your order on that standardized menu. You have to select the options out of the given choice. Uh, you get a confirmation probably on your cell phone that your order is confirmed. A waiter comes from the kitchen. He walks and he carries the food which you had ordered. He gives you away the food. Once you pick up everything, you have to press a button. That is the signal for the robot that the order has been taken away. Now he or she, whatever I mean, the robot has to go and take care of another one. Now billing also, no human intervention. You simply have to GPay or Paytm your amount. Um, Maybe in case of swiping the card also, you can call the same robot. He comes, takes your card, does the transaction. So simply humans are eliminated here. Probably you and me are comfortable because we have seen the technology, we are using the technology. But what in case of person who is 55 or 60, 65-year old, who is not that comfortable, or who is not well versed with such advanced technology? So we develop this fear. Kya hoga? What will happen? How will I get? Similarly, the brands are fearing that when we have to tackle such customers, how should we behave? So out of these anxieties and desires, human-centric marketing, uh, we can say, came up and believed that we need to understand such concerns. Now, once we understand such concerns, accordingly, we can make changes. Ways of understanding customers' concerns are listening, ethnography, social listening, ethnography, and emphatic research. To effectively address these anxieties and desires, marketers should build the human side of their brands. The marketers should um, they should think that even brand, if I have to offer something, first I should know what my customers concerns are. Once I understand my customers concerns, I can offer. But when I can offer the brand or a product with some human elements in it, it gets connected faster. If I know that somebody is listening to me, I open my mouth and I come up with my complaints. Similarly, when I know that the brand listens to me, the brand understands me, I can gel with that brand. I can use that brand over my competitors. This is the simple philosophy of using, or treating the brands as human, understanding the human side of the brand. Moving to the next topic of discussion is content marketing. Content marketing. Now, what is content marketing? It is the approach which involves creating, curating, distributing, and amplifying content that is interesting, relevant, and useful to a clearly defined audience group in order to create conversation about the content. Baseline is that I want to have communication. I want to talk. Now, I want to talk to my customers, obviously. Now, when I have to talk, I cannot. Now, here, when I say that I want to talk, meaning it is the brand which has to talk. Now, being a non-living thing, he himself cannot call or send a message and start conversation. So I need to have some foolproof plan of starting. So this content marketing requires creating the content. I have to find out मुझे क्या बोलना है. When I have to get connected to my customers, what should I say? When we visit a website, there is this bot probably at the bottom of the जिसको क्या बोलते हैं हम लोग, फुटर, फुटर के यहाँ, वेबसाइट के फुटर स्पेस के यहाँ वी सी अ बॉट. और जैसे कि अब अगर यू विजिट Amazon या फिर Flipkart, now this bot's job is to help you navigate through the website. Now help you navigate meaning it asks, may I help you? So if you want help that how to make payment, so you just type how to make payment and immediately the response comes saying these are the ways of making your payment. Maybe COD is there, maybe cash payment, cash मतलब debit credit है या फिर net banking है. So such options come. So this is how the conversation begins. But then somebody, as in the developer, or let's say the person who is looking after this content marketing, has to create the script for this conversation कि possible queries या possible requests मुझे क्या क्या आ सकते हैं. So this is how this process begins with creating. I have to curate, I have to work on it, I have to probably eliminate something, I have to include something. So I have to curate it time to time. Distributing and amplifying content, I have to distribute. Maybe some content I have to write for my blog, some content I use for my YouTube video, some content I use or I keep as a declaration from the company's side, some content I keep for print or TV media. So this is how I distribute the content and I try to amplify. Amplify matlab बढ़ाना. I try to amplify the content. Amplify frequency अगर मैं amplify करती हूँ, maybe after every 5 days or after every 7 days, you decide the frequency and you come up with the messages. So this means amplifying the content. Now how that content should be interesting, relevant, obviously useful to a clearly defined audience group in order to create conversation about the content. So this is how, this is what content marketing is all about. It creates deeper connection between brands and customers. So the main objective of this content marketing is that I need to establish some kind of relation, some kind of connection between the brands and my customers. So how will that connection would be? By way of communication. And that communication is nothing but my content marketing. Brands that are implementing good content marketing provide customers access to high quality original content while telling interesting stories about their brands in the process. This is one way of getting connected. Content marketing shifts the role of marketers from brand promoters to storytellers. So when I am practicing or when I am into content marketing, I am not only promoting my brand, but I am also a storyteller here. जैसे कि LinkedIn पे, it is not, now LinkedIn basically I use for what? I use for getting connected and basically to understand मतलब suppose my ex colleague who is working at what organization, can I link with him now, and ये linkage से मुझे corporate level पे क्या फायदा हो सकता है. So for roughly for these reasons I use LinkedIn. Now LinkedIn, when it has this content marketing, it comes up LinkedIn पे regularly. There is write up on various things. Maybe there is a blog on technology. Maybe there is a blog related to जैसे कि अभी अगर budget हुआ है, तो there would be something related to the budget. Maybe there would be something related to the certifications, taking into consideration your domain. So I'm the one who is working at the content, working for content marketing for LinkedIn. This is how my role as a content marketer shifting from promoting LinkedIn to storyteller. Understanding? So this is what is content marketing. Now, what statistics show here? A study by Content Marketing Institute and marketing professors, profs, revealed that 76% of B2C companies and 88% of B2B companies in North America used content marketing in 2016. So good amount of companies, maybe almost everyone is using nowadays content marketing. This is 2016 scenario which we have seen. B2B companies spent an average of 28% of their marketing budget on content marketing, B2B, and B2C it is approximately 32. So out of every 100 rupee, every 100 rupees which is being there allotted for marketing, उसमें से मैं 28 रुपए खर्च करती हूँ टू डेवलप द कंटेंट, अगर मैं B2B कंपनी से हूँ. एंड इफ आई एम फ्रॉम B2C कंपनी, business to customer companies, and I'm spending approximately 32 rupees, which is a huge amount. अब इसमें मैं I'm not talking about print media or not talking about any paid form of advertisement. I'm not talking about endorsements. I'm only talking about the content marketing, जिसपे मैं इतने amount spend कर रही हूँ. Why social media? Content marketing, social media. Now, why social media? What makes social media content appealing is that it is voluntary and accessed on demand. Abhi content marketing matlab I am preparing the content and I am putting it on social media. I can also put it on print media, TV advertisement, everywhere. But we are understanding, or we are right now focusing on this social media, that why what it is so special about this social media. तो special ये है that it is voluntary. It is I who decide that अभी मुझे थोड़ा YouTube देखना है. It is I who decide that let's visit and scroll down. That is why the customer is himself is choosing, and it is accessed on demand, which means customers choose to consume the content whenever and wherever they want. TV whenever and wherever हो सकता है, but content के ऊपर मेरा मतलब whenever I am switching on TV and I am watching a particular channel, उसकी ad मुझे देखनी ही पड़ती है. I don't have skip ad का option on this print media, which is not the case in case of social media. I hope you are understanding. Now, in case of social media, advertisements cannot significantly interrupt customers while they are consuming content. जब हम social media पे है, advertisements cannot significantly interrupt customers while they are consuming the content. Option आता है, suppose ad आती है, then there is एक जो the ad which is run for sizable amount, 15 seconds, 20 seconds, there is an option of skipping it. So significant interruption नहीं होता है, जो कि some ads which run only for 5 seconds or 4 seconds, जैसे LinkedIn पे आते हैं, job search, think about LinkedIn. So that is only for a second's time, 4-5 seconds का interruption is bearable, but more than that, no. Social media allows more interactive conversation. You get easily connected. You leave your comments. Somebody comments on your comments. So this process happens faster. So connecting or interacting over social media is a faster and it is more interactive than the usual media, the traditional one. In order to engage with customers consistently, sometimes marketers need to create content that might not directly contribute to their brand equity or improve their sales numbers, but it is valuable to customers. Now, what happens? Why I'm coming up with content marketing? Because I need to engage with my customers. Now, in case of some marketers, or in case of sometimes it happens that the marketers need to create the content that is not directly contributing to the brand equity. It is not the content which I have developed. It is not directly contributing to increasing my market share, or maybe increase my sales, or to improve the sales numbers, but it is sometimes valuable for my customers. That is why I am practicing this content marketing. There is this example I have taken of online travel company called as, अपने यहाँ का नहीं एग्जाम्पल, हिपमा. नाउ द जस्ट अंडरस्टैंड कि ये जो हम बोल रहे हैं कि वैल्यूएबल टू कस्टमर मतलब व्हाट. सो दिस इज एन ऑनलाइन ट्रैवल कंपनी. नाउ बीइंग एन ऑनलाइन ट्रैवल कंपनी, obviously it has got lots of offerings and packages. They run one magazine, travel magazine, name is Tailwind, Tail, Tailwind. Now, obviously travel magazine, so it covers about various destinations, cost, experiences, photographs. So full of, matlab, बहुत jazzy magazine. Now, along with this, now this travel company, along with travel magazine, they have this artificial intelligence powered travel assistant, which allows to plan your travel. So this assistant, travel assistant, it asks your permission to access your Google Calendar just to check your appointments, in case you have. So it excludes those days and takes into consideration. Now, since it's AI powered, artificial intelligence powered, so it does its permutation and combinations, and this assistant comes up voluntarily the options to you. So you are not asking that ये डेट के लिए मुझे यहाँ के लिए मुझे क्या क्या options है. No, it accesses your calendar and the other schedules which you have, and accordingly taking into consideration your history, the previous travel and all, it suggests you. So this is nothing but value addition. Now it is not going to increase. Now इससे brand equity directly बढ़ेगा नहीं बढ़ेगा, we don't know. Sales numbers बढ़ेंगे नहीं बढ़ेंगे, we don't know. But definitely it will increase the value to my customers. इसके लिए हो सकता है customers will prefer me. अरे कुछ रेडीमेड मुझे मिल जाता है. We have this mentality of getting something ready-made, and we don't have to tell somebody that give me so and so information. All right. So content marketing involves content production and content distribution. Now, when we say content marketing, it has got two angles. First, you have to produce and then you have to distribute. An effective content marketing campaign requires marketers to create original content in-house or to curate it from external sources. मतलब अगर मुझे effective content marketing campaign run करनी है, then I need to have some original stuff with me, या फिर external sources से curate करके, process करके I can have. But इसमें most common pitfall of a content marketing strategy is to jump right away into content production and distribution without proper pre-production and post-production, post-distribution activities. So इसमें problem क्या होता है content marketing में, that you are simply jumping into production. Company decides, or a marketing division decides, that let's be present on social media and let us come up with a message on a regular basis. Okay. So you cannot simply direct your team that okay, now you have to write something for कल जो मैं blog में लिखूंगी उसके लिए आज से लिखना चालू करो. It doesn't happen that way. You need to have some steps to be followed. You need to have a foolproof plan. So without proper pre-production and post-distribution activities, it is going to fail. So अगर मुझे proper planning करना है, then I need to follow few steps. I need to have some activities aligned जिनको मुझे follow करना है, process को follow करना है. So what those steps are? We have got these 8 steps. Steps are quite simple. Normally जैसे process, कोई भी process होती है, suppose the process is decision making में project implementation की, या फिर generally जैसे होता है new product development process. The new product development process, how it is comprised of, it begins with some idea generation, then you need to evaluate, you need to work on various things, then out of the options you need to select one, find out whether it is workable, find out its practicality, implement and evaluate. रफली ये प्रोसेस होती है न्यू प्रोडक्ट डेवलपमेंट की, एनपीडी की। सिमिलरली कंटेंट मार्केटिंग की प्रोसेस भी मोर और लेस सेम है. इट बिगिंस विद गोल सेटिंग, देन मैपिंग द ऑडियंस, कंटेंट आइडिएशन एंड प्लानिंग, कंटेंट क्रिएशन, कंटेंट डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन, amplification, evaluation and improvement. So let us study these steps one by one. हो जाएगा quickly. The steps are simple. Goal setting. अभी goal setting, कंटेंट मुझे बनाना है. सो किस चीज के लिए मैं कंटेंट बना रही हूँ, व्हाई आई एम क्रिएटिंग दिस कंटेंट. सो दैट इज द फर्स्ट स्टेप. आई नीड टू सेट, आई नीड टू डिफाइन द गोल्स. These goals should be aligned with their overall business objectives and translated into key metrics against which the content marketing shall be evaluated. So overall मेरे business objectives क्या है? Overall business objectives हो सकते हैं कि एक तो मुझे सेल्स बढ़ाना होगा, या फिर ब्रांड रिलेटेड मेरे कुछ गोल्स हो सकते हैं. नाउ सेल्स रिलेटेड गोल्स क्या हो सकते हैं? मे बी आई नीड टू गो फॉर सम क्रॉस सेलिंग और अप सेलिंग और लीड जनरेशन. हाँ, मैक्सिमम लोग should come and inquire. So that could be the sales related objective. Or brand related would be I need to create awareness, I need to create loyalty, I need to create some kind of क्या बोलते हैं, आई नीड टू नो पीपल दैट आई एम ऑल्सो एग्जिस्टिंग इन द मार्केट, बेसिकली अवेयरनेस. सो बेस्ड ऑन दीज ऑब्जेक्टिव्स इट बिगिंस विद. Example here written here is Colgate's Oral Care Center app. It helps connect the dentist to prospective patients, which helps to build a strong brand image in both audience groups. Now, यहाँ पे Colgate का objective is to get connected to the audience group. So basically I have to create some kind of image, brand image मुझे create करनी है Colgate की, that मोस्ट प्रेफर्ड ब्रांड बाय डेंटिस्ट. एक आता है ना उसका, इंडियन डेंटल एसोसिएशन, IDA सर्टिफाइड ब्रांड. सो आई वांट दिस काइंड ऑफ एसोसिएशन टू माई सेल्फ. सो दैट इज माई ऑब्जेक्टिव. सो सेम थिंग्स विल बी रिफ्लेक्टेड इन माई कंटेंट. अभी यहाँ पे मैं आई एम नॉट गोइंग टू टॉक, अगर मेरा ऑब्जेक्टिव ये है कि वी शुड अटैच कि ये एक रिकॉग्नाइज्ड बाय डेंटिस्ट ब्रांड है, आई कैन नॉट शो दैट इसके ये वेरिएंट है उससे फ्रेशनेस आएगा, उसका और डेंटिस्ट का क्या कनेक्शन है? नो कनेक्शन. सो दिस इज हाउ after setting the goals accordingly I should create the content. Now after setting the goals, then comes audience mapping. This is the second step. I have to map, I have to figure out my audience. It helps marketers create sharper and deeper content, which in turn contributes to the brand's effective storytelling. Content marketers focus on topics that interest certain subcultures as most. Now audience map करने के लिए I need to find out who my audience are. We have seen, we have covered this in consumer behavior, जिसको हम बोलते हैं segmentation. सबको मैं सब चीज ऑफर नहीं करने वाली हूँ, राइट? सो मैं किन को करूंगी? सो दैट इज माय सेगमेंटेशन. सो दैट इज व्हाट ऑडियंस मैपिंग इज. सो कंटेंट मार्केटिंग में व्हाट इज बीइंग सेड, they should focus on topics that interest certain subcultures as most subculture activity. Now this is out of statistics which we have written here, which I have written here. Subculture activists are influencers who help amplify the content. जैसे कि अगर एग्जाम्पल देना है तो वी सी दैट nowadays it is the kids who are influencers in the family. So in all most of the advertisements it is the kids who are being portrayed in the advertisement. अगर कार भी खरीदनी है तो maybe it is the kid who shows that papa will buy this one, that one my friend has. So it has got some influencing ability, and these kids are in this way belong, or they are part of this subculture group. So they are having more influences. So when we are amplifying or when we are mapping our audience, this is why we should focus on, we should find out, we should segment such subcultures, and then we should come up with the content. कंटेंट आइडिएशन, अभी हमने गोल सेट कर लिया, पता चला है हमको सेगमेंटेशन के थ्रू कि हमें किन के लिए कंटेंट बनाना है. Then third step is ideation and planning. Finding ideas about what content to create and to perform proper planning. So ये stage में क्या करना है हमको? We have to find out ideas about what to create. Now, what to create? Maybe we can go for a combination of relevant themes, suitable formats, solid narratives. They all ensure a successful content marketing campaign. This means that content must become the bridge that connects these stories to customers' anxieties and desires. अभी किस किन के लिए मैं कंटेंट बना रही हूँ, क्या रेलेवेंट थीम होनी चाहिए. सपोज जैसे कि कोका कोला. Now, whenever the festival season, Diwali ke season mein, we usually see that they show such content through their advertisement. Messages mein, they depict this festival and accordingly they come up with the advertisement. That day I saw one advertisement of Tanishq showing a mother who is a doctor is how her, the daughter, basically the daughter tells people nowadays that why you should wear masks. So those who are not wearing, किसी का थोड़ा नीचे है, so she tells her mother that आज मैंने 11 लोगों को I told the importance of wearing mask. So to क्या बोलते हैं, celebrate या फिर to salute her daughter's such gestures, her mother gifts some chain or something to her. So this is how the content ideation and planning begins. That what is the occasion or what is the theme, what could be the format, and how that narratives can be. So creation. If content is not of high quality, original and rich, content marketing campaign becomes a waste of time and sometimes backfires. So some brands create, तो इसलिए हाँ, अभी ये ना होने के लिए it should have some quality, it should be original and it should have some richness in terms of communication. अभी कंटेंट क्रिएशन में क्या होता है, some brands create content themselves, they have got their own team, जैसे कि इन हाउस एड एजेंसी होती है या फिर JWT या फिर एकर एंड मेयर, इस टाइप के एड एजेंसीज होते हैं जिनसे हम ये सब चीजें आउटसोर्स कर सकते हैं. और इट कैन बी सेपरेट बिजनेस बाय इटसेल्फ इफ हैज if not start date or end date. Basically the point is that you can own it or maybe you can tell somebody else to do it. Lots of digital marketing companies, they are also engaged in this content write up or content creation. Now I have created the content, जैसे हमने बोला यहाँ पे कि ओरिजिनल होना चाहिए, कुछ क्वालिटी होनी चाहिए, रिच इन कंटेंट, रिच इन मैसेज. नाउ इट्स टाइम टू डिस्ट्रीब्यूट. Marketers need to ensure that their content can be discovered by audience through proper content distribution. Distribution मतलब मैसेज को सही लोगों तक पहुंचाना. Content distribution is reaching to the said set of customers. So major category of media channels that content marketers can use. एक हो सकता है owned, एक हो सकता है paid and earned media. So these are the ways of distributing your or reaching to your customer, the audience. Now owned मतलब maybe you can have your own publications. हर एक corporations के publications होते हैं, they have their events, upcoming events में they celebrate something and they have their write up on their websites, they have their blogs या फिर company managed online communities होती है. So these are the owned ones to distribute the content. Then we have paid. Paid में it is the electronic, print media, newspaper, radio, जो कि the earlier और जिनको बोलते हैं traditional form of advertising. So ये सब paid होते हैं. And there is this earned media. अभी earned media मतलब the coverage earned by the brand due to the word of mouth. You become so popular and people refer you कि हाँ इसका ये अच्छा होता है, उनका वो अच्छा होता है. So this is called as earned media. So when you have to distribute your content, we can make use of these three platforms. एक तो owned, paid या फिर earned. Then we have content amplification. When the content reaches key influencers in the intended audience group, that content is more likely to go viral. अगर सही जगह पे वो कंटेंट पहुंच जाता है, सही लोगों तक मैसेज पहुंच जाता है, देन इट कैन गो वायरल, और ज्यादा लोगों तक पहुंचने के चांसेस बढ़ जाते हैं. अगर फॉर एग्जाम्पल इफ teenager person is there, or let's say a teenager, and maybe the things which attracts him or her the most, if he comes across such content, he tells to his friends, who in turn tell to their friends, and in this way it goes viral. That is why perfect audience group tak content pahunchna is very important. The first step marketers should do is to identify these influencers. So these influencers identification is very important. The key to build and nurture a win-win relationship with the influencer. अभी इनके साथ अटैच होना या इन तक अपना कंटेंट पहुंचाना, how it is beneficial. Marketers need to make sure that the influencers find it useful for improving their reputation when they spread the content, because abhi who these influencers are, you guys know it very well. Persons, now these are the popular ones, जैसे कि brand ambassadors होते हैं. Now when brand ambassador promotes something, chances are there that people start adopting to such products. Similarly, when influencer promotes or tells something to the audience, it is that influencer who is speaking, that is why it goes viral. And when it number of people listen, maximum number of people listens, then that influencer's reputation also increases. That is why it's a win-win situation. दोनों को फायदा होने वाली चीज. Once the content has been amplified, marketers need to follow through by engaging in conversation. They should listen to the conversations taking place about their content. अभी यहाँ पे again our social listening and netnography stuffs are coming. So once the communication or once the message is being forwarded or is being sent, now it is my duty as a content marketer to understand what is happening, what sort of conversation is taking place about my content, whether people are liking it, या फिर people are disliking, they didn't find it attractive. I need to understand so that I can correct myself. So after amplification, then comes evaluation. It involves both strategic and tactical performance measurement. अभी कुछ difference है strategic and tactical में. Strategically, marketers should evaluate whether the content marketing strategy achieves the sales related or brand related goals. मतलब strategically what I evaluate, जो objectives हमारे थे, दो type के objectives we saw. First was related to the sales, second was related to the brand. So are these objectives fulfilled through this content marketing or by creating so and so content or not? So that is my strategic evaluation. Tactical, marketers should also evaluate the key content matrices. अभी इसमें कुछ पैरामीटर्स है. Now these metrics मतलब matrices मतलब these parameters visible है, अपील हो रहा है, लोग पूछ रहे हैं उसके बारे में, is it actionable and is it advocating something. So based on these parameters, I am evaluating the content. After evaluation comes improvement. Performance tracking is very useful for analyzing and identifying the opportunities for improvement. It is like control mechanism. जो कि ब्रेक होता है हमारे, वी हैव ब्रेक सिस्टम इन आवर व्हीकल्स. सो जॉब ऑफ दिस ब्रेक इज टू जस्ट लिमिट द स्पीड. सो व्हेनेवर दैट is required, that we need to take a halt or we need to lower the speed. So similarly this improvement mechanism is that we are tracking and we are analyzing and identifying where we can improve. Creating conversation with content. This is the last slide which we are discussing. Now we are just summarizing everything, that why this content marketing. Now there is this shift from advertising to content marketing. We observe nowadays in this scenario, in this era, It is lesser of advertising and more of content marketing. So rather than delivering value proposition messages, advertising में क्या होता था, the value proposition मतलब एक quality of the product or value which the product has, you are revolving your messages around it. If I have this pen, if I am coming up with this advertisement, अभी इसका value proposition, how smoothly I can write, or how fast I can write, how my handwriting improves just because I'm using this particular company's pen. So this is called as value proposition messages. So rather than delivering this value proposition messages, useful and valuable content needs to be distributed. We are focusing here that how it is useful, why it is, how it can be valuable by using this particular commodity, particular product. That is what we are talking in content marketing. And this needs to be distributed, which requires pre and post production activities. So content marketing key background, we saw that why it is important. We are shifting, the focus is shifting from advertising to content. Through content marketing, we get connected to our prospective customers faster. This is the new mantra of today's generation. And social media is basically the platform where we spend maximum of our time on. That is why content marketing. So we are stopping our session here. We have finished our fourth unit. Last unit which is remaining, which will be covered in the coming sessions. In case of any doubts, just let me know. So have a great weekend. Bye-bye and take care. Good night, guys. We are stopping here.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you. Good night.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank you, ma'am.